Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Domination game mode here. We got the Dwarves versus Warriors of Chaos. Of course, Warriors of Chaos you're going to see most commonly on the ladder. They seem to be everywhere. My opponent has gone for a very high quality kind of meme build. You can see very small army, very elite. And we brought the Ungrim action, a little Rune Priest, little Catapult, the Grudge Thrower. And we've also got a pretty elite force, just some warriors in the back, but Longbeards at the front. We got the Thunderers to shoot down any kind of armored target. And yeah, like I said, we got the Ungrim and Rune Priest suite, which covers most options. And yeah, my opponent's super elite. He's even spent a lot of money on chevroning up these Chosen so that they are the elite of the elite. And he's got his Lord on the Nurgle War Shrine, which of course heals, so his goal is to sort of heal, Mortis Engine style, the Chosen of Khorne, so they can grind through. He's got the Soul of Damnation at the back here. And we've learnt from our Empire battle, which you saw on the channel, and we're trying to take the high ground. We've got Longbeards, they'll hold forever, and we're planning to just take the high ground, and you know, also, oh yeah, I missed it, damn. But he dived in with these knights, we put the Hammer of Draz curse on them, we got the Thunderers shooting, we got Ungrim involved, he popped everything, it was great. But here comes the Hell Cannon, and he's going to be marching uphill here, which I think is interesting, because he's obviously going to be very good at holding the point, but also, I've got a lot of ranged, and he's going to contend with that, so he decides he's going to be throwing his Feral Manticore in here, he's going to be throwing his Knights, and I got some Slayers out. So, you know, we're still very close to our deployment zone, and he's already pushing in, so we're going to try to protect our catapults as best we can. We've got the Rune Priest, we've got Ungrim coming in. The Thunderers, you know, we're going to have to start dealing some damage, so we charge downhill, try to stop him from getting uphill. So we've got the Longbeards here, Chaos War Shrine and Nurgle doing its thing, more Chosen marching up the hill, we've got more Longbeards to intercept. And yeah, here come the Doom Knights, you know, hitting up the Thunderers. Thunderers aren't terrible in combat, but Doom Knights on the charge, very deadly. So we've got the Slayers trying to get in here. Feral Manticore is routing, and the Grudge Throwers are still firing, got all four still. So more Dwarf Warriors moving forward, we've got these two Longbeards just hanging at the back. Chaos Knights still causing their trouble, Ungrim's waiting for them, the Slayers are coming in. I believe I even have like a Rune Slow perhaps. But yeah, look, we're just starting to take a shite ton of damage from the Soul of Damnations. It's bad news bears. We're also trying to chew through these Chosen, so we've got some blasting charges. These are the Ekron Miners, and they're going to be doing their work. You can see it doesn't do a ton of damage, you know. It's doing a fair bit, but not a ton. You know, better than nothing. I was hoping we'd do a little more. So we've cleared off the Doom Knights and the Manticore, kind of. They're still around. We're going to keep the Slayers back. We're going to move these Thunderers forwards, though, as these ones get obliterated by the Soul of Damnation. This Dwarf Warrior is going to chase these Hounds off the middle point. We've also sent a unit of Miners with blasting charges to fight the Poison War Hounds on point 3, just to contest that. So the Thunderers, these Longbeards, not Thunderers, are going to be lining up to get ready for an intercept from the Chaos Warriors with great weapons. We got the Grudge Thrower trying to soften them up before entry. These Doom Knights are lurking in the air, so we got the Slayers close by. But here comes Ungrim down the hill. Chaos War Shrine definitely doesn't want to see Ungrim in base to base, so he's going to be popping all his stuff and activating it. These blasting charges are still going to be ringing out. Runesmith taking up the Chosen here. Thunderers going to be, ringing out as well. Sorry, I'm getting distracted here by all the things happening. These Thunderers came back from routing. They're going to support these Miners that get charged. We also don't mind the Miners getting charged, and we just summoned Norgrimling's Ironbreakers, and they're going to be throwing their blasting charges into the mix. Got these Thunderers shooting downhill. Time to put the Doom Knights out of their business for good. Ungrim doing super well against the Chaos War Shrine and Nurgle, and these Slayers covering the catapulters once again. The Manticore comes back from routing. So here comes the Chaos Warriors with great weapons charging into the Longbeards. Of course, they're encouraged by each other, so it should be fine. I wanted to get a counter charge, but I was too busy looking at other stuff. So yep, the charge is going to go out there. We're going to hold. These Chosen are up the hill and looking to come straight at the catapult, shut it down. This Manticore is now rampaging. You can see over here we did manage to flee the Chaos Warhounds off the map and take it with blasting charges at the cost of all their ammunition. And this unit of Dwarf Warriors, we've decided we're just going to charge up. We're going to try to get rid of the Soul of Damnation. It's been firing for too long, but 2 out of 3 points. We're starting to tick up ahead of my opponent. We're holding quite well here. Again, we're encouraging each other. And the catapult is still firing. These Chosen are going to be trying to get in here, but these Slayers will give their lives fighting down to a man. And this War Shrine, we haven't been able to get rid of it yet. We've got Thunderers firing. We've got some Rangers we summoned in. Now some blasting charges to help clear out some of these Chosen, which are just refusing to die. No Gribbling's Ironbreaker ammunition blasting charges, I think, have more armor piercing than the standard blasting charge. So we're looking to get some damage done with that. We also have the Runesmith, just making sure we capture the middle point here, so now we have all 3 points. And my opponent with the last of the Doom Knights charging into these Miners. But the Miners going to be more than a match. The Doom Knights in mass, at these low numbers, the armor piercing of the Miners is going to be enough to tear through them and wave at them and break them. So, the triple cap. My opponent trying to chew through here on point 1, but we still got the Grudge Thrower firing. These Chosen are looking healthy, so that's a problem. And the Chaos War Shrine breaks. We've got some Miners trying to hold the line as more Chosen tearing through Dwarf Infantry. These Rangers are going to be shooting into their backs, these Thunderers too. We got some Ironbreakers now that their ammunition is spent onto point 2 just to hold it. And these Chaos Warhounds are looking to get into some trouble, so they come straight down the guts. Over here, the Miners held. I've got these Ragtag Miners I'm just going to send over here just to hold, and some Rangers as well to support them. In the center, it's the Norgrimling's Ironbreakers and the Rune Priest. And over here, I was shutting down his cannon, but he summons a Chaos Lord on Chariot. A cheap option for sure, and that's going to make short work of this Dwarf Warrior and rout it off the field. So that means this Hell Cannon, is still online, still going to be firing. So I send the Rune Priest forward. I figure maybe with some of his Wrath and Runes he can break the cannon, or at least destroy the crew, so he's going to head forward here. Going to keep the Ironbreakers on the field. In the back, these doggos have been causing some trouble. I couldn't wait for these Rangers to get around to get a good line of fire, so they just charge them into melee because they probably do alright versus the Warhounds, honestly, at full strength on the charge. And we've just dealt with these with some Warriors of Dragonfire Pass that we just summoned in. So those dogs are cleared. The Chosen here are still fighting. Ungrim's doing his best. This War Shrine came back from routing, which of course is to be expected when it regenerates. And look, here we come. 3 units of Marauders with great weapons, which is the problem. And I try to get the Wrath and Ruin on the Hell Cannon crew just to see if I could break the Solar Damnation, and it didn't break. I'm not sure if it's possible to break it that way, but now the Rune Priest is just going to be holding up a bunch of infantry. That's okay. He's done his job mostly, so him holding up some infantry and stalling the cannon is fine. Norgrimling's Ironbreakers are going to have a decent time dealing with Marauders, but of course the Great Weapons is going to be a problem for them longer term. They won't hold forever. So back here, we've made the Chaos War Shrine flee once more. These Chosen of Khorne are still causing a problem. We've got the Dragon Fire Pass Warriors here to protect, screening the Rangers once more. We've got 2 units of Rangers here. We're going to get around trying to shoot these down. We've resummoned the the Goblobbers, not the Grudge Throwers. Oh, I see. I forgot. Anyway, so we're shooting down the guts here. Fuck that one guy in particular. So yeah, we're making them rout. We have a little Lord action over here, and annoyingly, I'm not able to micro too terribly well. But I am going to get it moving, going to get these Miners forward, get the Rangers moving out, and he's going to keep cycling his Lord around. These Hounds are coming back from routing really close to my Goblobber, which is a concern, but I don't catch it as well, sending my Longbeards forward, but I will soon. So these Warriors are holding really well against the Chosen of Khorne. These Rangers are shooting up. These Rangers, or these Miners with blasting charges, could be throwing some ammunition in here, so we're going to get that going. Also, just going to try to get Ungrim to chase down this thing. It should have died a long time ago. We've been really slack with trying to get it killed. And you can see over here, my Longbeards held against the Chaos Warriors with great weapons. Did quite a job of it as well. They've routed off, but come back and they're here and ready to party, so we've got a few more threats to point 1. As for the center, you know, I'm just here holding the line down, casting Ruin of Oath and Steel, trying to shut down this Soul of Damnation by hitting it with the God Blobber, but just not accurate enough. And my opponent summons yet another unit of Chosen, and in return the Soul of Damnation getting huge value. I've just not been able to deal with it. Didn't bring any gyrocopters or any play like that. Oh, these rocks are getting so close, but not quite. I should be shooting into this blob, all truth be told, but I'm being slack with it. Summoning some Thunderers who've been, you know, summoned some Longbeards, which are going to rout those Hounds off the field. We're still dealing with these Chosen. Ungrim finally having shattered the War Shrine. Got to be heading back in. And yeah, the Lord plus these Marauders with great weapons, they're going to be taking point 3. But you can see I've had triple cap for most of the game, so even though it's been a bit back and forth in terms of battle, you know, I'm just so far ahead at this point that it's going to be very difficult for my opponent to actually have any chance of winning. So I charge forward, just try to keep the Chosen off the point. These Longbeards will hold them for a while. And yeah, the artillery keeps firing. I've got some ragtag bits and bobs here and there. I'm using some Longbeards to screen off these Chaos Warriors that came back from routing. These Hounds are going to be sneaking in though, which is a shame. Yeah, I mean, I can really fast forward, honestly. I wanted to show this battle despite the fact that it was so one-sided in terms of points, because I felt like sometimes when the rhetoric that you hear for a lot of people is that the Dwarves are kind of, you know, not meta in many ways, and you know, Warriors of Chaos, Slaanesh, you know, these factions, vampire counts, they're very strong, and the arguments, well, not arguments, but the premise is basically put forward that if you're not playing these factions, what's the point? There's no chance. And of course my opponent went for a very strange build, and it was very easy to just dominate it. But you know, nonetheless, it's good to see that the Dwarfs can be dominant, even if the build they're fighting is jank. So, let's have a look at some value. Got 2,000 on Ungrim, that's pretty good. That's more than his worth. You know, Grudge Thrower, great value there. We can see that the Thunderers were not as active as I'd like them to be. Ironbreaker's also doing okay, you know, doing the job, but not being spectacular about it. These Miners getting a lot of value. Yeah. So pretty good value overall. Slayers, you know, I bring a lot of them just in case, but didn't need that many, all things considered. Yeah, so a lot of the value centered around Ungrim and the Grudge Thrower. And other than that, you know, pretty spread out across the board. If we look at my opponent's value, this Soul of Damnation doing a really great job. And these Chosen also getting a lot of value. I'm not sure how much they cost, but I imagine it's probably around this cost, if not a bit less, so they're probably paying for themselves. The Warshriner Nurgle, gosh, Warshriner Nurgle, definitely not paying for itself. The Mana Core doing alright. Lord getting great value, of course. Chariot's going to chariot against the Dwarves. Didn't want to invest too much into Slayers, and he had a lot of infantry, but just not a lot of infantry all at once, you know? Came at me very scattered. I think if his build held back, conceded some ground, used the Hell Cannon to get some trading, and build up like a mass of Marauders, and then made a push on my position, it would have been potentially a lot more successful for him. Anyway, that was the battle. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to try to upload a bit more regularly than I have been, so look forward to that, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.